Thanks so much, Oliver. Great panel. Good morning, everybody here from San Diego. We're not really in Davos, although we miss all of you. If I could ask all the folks who are not on this panel to drop off to audience members, please, and then we'll move and bring on the next few panelists that are coming on. I want to quickly thank again Carl Selig for putting together this wonderful set of events. As you know, Davos, the World Economic Forum this year was canceled again, and we don't know when it's coming back, but what we do know is that Digital Davos is alive and well, and in the house, in your house, in the piano bar at Davos, in the Belvedere, and all around. Thank you, Carl, for making that happen. To my fellow co-creators, Anand and Carl, and Dr. Oliver Krauss and Mark Mueller-Eberstein. It's a joy always to work with you. So we're very excited to start this next panel, which shall begin now. Don't know if there have been any additions since I last checked the speakers list, but let me first just welcome our panelists that I do have on board, and those include Princess Alessandra Silvestri Fürsten von Bismarck. Princess von Bismarck, welcome. We also have with us Jan Kyle, welcome, Jan, and Wendy Diamond is supposed to be here, as well as Chris Richardson, and Carl will be joining us as well. Is there anybody else that I've not got on my list that should be on my list? Jacqueline, are you part of this? Carl, is Jacqueline going to be part of this? 1 second. Is Jacqueline part of this?
I'm not actually. I'm just an attendee.
Great.
Okay.
Alrighty. Thanks for muting. And if there's a way, Hazel, to have her put back in the audience until she's ready to come back as a panelist, that'd be great, please. So welcome, Princess von Bismarck. Are you able to get your camera working?
Yes, but apparently you blocked it.
I
need it. I can't start it because it said that it's you have to allow.
Okay.
1 second.
Here we go. All right. Everybody's
hello, everyone.
in the house. Wonderful. So I'm Professor James Cooper. I'm Director of International Legal Studies at California Western School of Law in San Diego, and a research fellow at the Singapore University of Social Sciences. New to NFTs, but have been in the blockchain and cryptocurrency and disruption space for a very long time, and which is how I know Carl through our original One World Blockchain Alliance with Dr. Michael Sung from Fudan University many years ago, and now with Digital Davos. And we're really excited to have our panelists, Jan, Princess von Bismarck, and Chris Richardson here. I've got a set of questions. I want to just I can't assume that everybody knows what an NFT is. So Jan, do you want to lead us through what is an NFT, a non-fungible token, please?
Sure. So what's an NFT, non-fungible token? Maybe let's do it the opposite. What is fungible? Fungible means it's replaceable by any other identical item, mutually interchangeable, how to say, and non-fungibility versus uniqueness. I mean, the best example to explain this is maybe illustrated by a banknote, each of which is unique, we know about, which its own serial number, but still by design and by consensus, they are fungible. Token, digital assets, sure, there is a difference between tokens and cryptocurrencies per default, but in a nutshell, it is a digital or digitalized asset that contains identifiable information recorded on the blockchain. It's secure, immutable, proof or record of ownership. And yeah, what makes it interesting, it provides proof of ownership and it guarantees scarcity, right? So if you want to sell something that exists only digitally, the problem is that all things digitally can be infinitely copied, right? NFTs don't really stop this problem. You still can copy them, but they allow you to distinguish the copies from those ones that notional are original. And they prove through the ledger that you own it.
Thank you for that. And it really seems, for those of you who have been sleeping the last year, it seems like everybody from corporate behemoths like Visa and Anheuser-Busch to socialite Paris Hilton, and even GOATs, the greatest of all times, sports heroes like Michael Jordan and Tom Brady, have recognized the growing importance of NFTs for the 21st century economy. Princess von Bismarck, how are you using them? You've written a ton. I was excited about the book on Che Guevara, on Corda, his photograph. I thought of, oh my God, if you'd only had that as an NFT, imagine all the micropayments of that, iconic photo. How do you use NFTs, and what would Corda say?
We are producing NFTs, and what I like to explain to the general public, it's NFT, you have to understand a consumer behavior. Young kids are born after the 2000, they were used to buy digital tokens when they were playing games. So you have to understand why the NFTs in art are so important today. There's a lot of people buying and selling NFTs. If you look into their consumer behavior, they've been actually buying tokens when they're playing games. It would be a token that they buy on their games. Today, they buy the same tokens into Discord, MetaMask. They build up communities into gaming, and they trade these NFTs. So the NFT and the art world, today we do have a lot of young people creating NFTs, minting these NFTs and trading these NFTs. So obviously it wake up the art world. All the big galleries are starting to look into NFTs. All the big auction houses are starting to look into NFTs because it's a way to democratize art in a sense. The moment you're going to digitalize, put on the blockchain, you can sell parts of this art for multiple buyers, and the original artists get a pay because it's locked into their smart contract. It's a revolution into the art world. It's going to be a side way of making money. All the metaverse that you're all reading about and looking about, because there's so much value now in the crypto world. There are so many cryptocurrencies, they're so strong and so many. Today we have around 70 million wallet users with very important crypto wallets there. That is why you listen to companies like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley creating funds to invest in cryptocurrencies because it's a volume of money which is in the digital world. And the metaverse has been created to be able to spend that into the metaverse through the NFTs. So that is what we do. We're investing in multiple regions. We have a company that's based in Italy, but it trades in Singapore, Hong Kong, Russia. It's very interesting because when you look into the community, there was one NFT that we launched yesterday, and the community was full of Russians, Chinese, Brazilians, Americans, French, Germans, Israelis. So it's really putting the people together, and they create these communities into Discord, which is very difficult for us adults to log in and to understand, but it's basically multi-rational communities with a big impact into the metaverse because they are building this future. Kids are now today 17 to 25, and the adults are taking advantage of that, obviously, because they see a market, they see a value. So the big companies and the big auction houses and even the museums, they're going to start to NFT the artwork from their own collections.
I see Jan nodding his head. And Chris, for you, what are you doing in the NFT world? And is there a way beyond art and memorabilia that we can use it in other aspects of our lives?
Yeah, I'm doing actually quite a few things in the NFT world, but I think the most applicable to the notion of NFT and art is a project I'm working on called Blockchain Video Services. And really, we're focused on empowering creators to monetize their video better than they do today with the, as we heard in the last panel, the natural monopolies that have occurred over the last 20 years of the internet. And I think NFTs are a big, big part of that. And it spans everything, right? If you look at, well, so first of all, we're just getting started. You know, as Princess von Bismarck said, 70 million wallets. Well, that's fewer than 70 million people because many people have multiple wallets. And that's a tiny, tiny fraction of the world's population. I mean, it's nowhere near smartphone penetration, for example. So, you know, we're going to see this stuff explode over the coming decades, the same way we watched the internet explode. And the power of that for creators, if you think about the traditional artists and when they make a painting and they take it and have it reproduced as lithographs and prints and sell multiple signed copies. You know, that old world, there are still thousands of those artists with giant collections out there that wouldn't know, certainly don't know what Discord is and wouldn't know what an NFT is. But as we help bring them on board and onboard them to this new world of digital assets, it's a tremendous